afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Pastor of the Month presentation presented by our friends there at Trice Funeral Home, serving the community for over 75 years. And today we are here to recognize our April, am I saying that right? May Pastor of the Month, our May Pastor of the Month, and he is hanging out with us. I've heard they have been on vacation for a while because everybody's like, when are you doing it? And then yesterday I got the wrong date, so I was on here by myself, and I was like, oh, it's tomorrow. But that means too many things going on. But nonetheless, I had to have them on because they are truly personal friends of mine. But nonetheless, as we celebrate our Pastor of the Month for May, it is none other than the visionary of Raleigh North Christian Center, my brother, my friend, Dr. Jeffery Chapman Sr. How you doing?
I am doing well this excellent morning. Melissa, it's always good to see you. Your personality is so infectious. It's just like comes out of the screen. So thank you so much, for just having me on today.
Well, you know what? Your church, Raleigh North, of course, shows up. This is, I believe, the second time you have been recognized. It's been, maybe over 5 years ago that we recognized you the first time. But, for such a time as this, your congregation was like, look, we got the best pastor in the entire world and the community. So we want to do it again. And I'm like, yes, make it happen. And they voted. And this is where we are. And I totally agree with them. You all are doing so many wonderful things there in the community and just making a difference there where you are. So, Pastor Chapman, it is our honor to be able to recognize you as our Pastor of the Month.
Well, thank you so much. This is always an honor. It was back in October of 2012.
Wow,
that's the last time. So I am honored for this. Lady Chapman is, we had a little mercy in the house, so she went to a hotel. She couldn't take all the construction in the house, so she may come through. I'm not sure.
Okay, but, that is my, that's my sister. Okay,
and she loves you too. She loves you too. Yeah.
Y'all are family. Got a chance to host y'all's anniversary, and I looked at you. How long you've been married for? How many? 30?
43.
Oh, it's 43. I know it was like 35 at the time that I guess I hosted it, or 30. So 43 years. And I looked at you guys and I'm like, how do you say you've been married for 43 years when you look like you're only 35 years old? So
I received that. Other people can't see, the little lines. They can't see the little pains and aches, that comes with it. But yeah, I can be with my son and they think we brothers. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
That is a great thing, Bishop. That is truly a wonderful thing. So let's talk about your ministry.
Okay.
You've been doing this thing. You have a wonderful ministry. I mean, you even have it on television. We can talk about that. But how did you all get started at Raleigh North?
I got started. I used to live in Arizona. I was in the military. Got out there. Got out. Stayed. I learned the ministry, and I knew I wanted to come back to the East Coast. Mm-hmm. And so when we came back to the East Coast, I knew I was going to start a church. It's just that I just didn't realize the culture of North Carolina. Because I was going 10 years. So I came back. I'm like, okay, yeah, I got to relearn what's going on here. So to make a long story short, 10 years later, I started a Bible study in my home. And that's how it started. And word of mouth, people started coming. And within about a month or two, we couldn't have it in the house no more. And so
just a month or two, huh?
A month or two, yeah. Some neighbors were complaining about the cars parked down the street and all that kind of stuff. And so that's how we started. And we started in my home. Then we moved to a men's home. Just men just getting out of prison or getting out of some tough times. A friend of mine had a home over there, and the downstairs was built like a sanctuary. Yeah, so I started having Sunday morning services at that place.
Wow. And was that in Raleigh as well?
I was in Raleigh.
So you've always been here.
Now, what most people don't know, Melissa, is that our name is called Raleigh North Christian Center. Mm-hmm. I used to be in Raleigh North Apartments in Lions Park. That's where I adopted the name.
Wow.
I wanted to be a part of that community. Yes, but the strange thing was that everybody came from without instead of from within. Mm-hmm. And so when the time for us to move, it wasn't really a hard move.
That's good.
because everybody was coming from without, and so everybody think I got it because I'm in North Raleigh. No, it was because of Raleigh North Apartments.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Now, your congregation is pretty vast. I mean, you have a multitude of different people coming from different walks of life. What is what you would say has been your priority? What has helped you grow to where you are right now? What would you say as far as ministry wise?
Well, I can tell you from day one, it's our youth, it's our children.
Mm,
We stumbled upon that. It wasn't like it was something that I knew, but from day one, we had a lot of babies, a lot of young parents. And so we had to facilitate a place while we was having our services. And so at Lions Park Community Center, they had the game room. And so when we had the game room and the children came every Sunday, they were dragging their parents to come and be a part of the service. And that what is still our bread and butter is our youth. We have a big youth ministry, probably over 300 that
yeah.
come. And so it's that. So that's what I would say we hone in is the youth.
So that's awesome that you would say that because there's so many churches that are saying, how do we get our youth in there? Reading different articles and things like that. A lot of people are saying, the church, the youth are just not interested in the church anymore. But you are saying that's exactly what you hone in on. So,
That
what advice would you give to anyone, any leader that's listening right now that are looking to try and get the youth back into the church?
Well, first thing I'll start with is, the age groups in which you're going to be, servicing is that you got to make it applicable to their mind, where they're at. We constantly have basketball goals and bouncy houses for the youth, we always have these things, but to be more accurate, all our teachers and instructors are really geared for youth. Matter of fact, we have a principal that's in charge of our youth that go to our church. So she was always in that kind of vein.
Mhm.
So we make the curriculum fit that youth. That we do not try to put, adult curriculum in front of them and say you learn this and learn this from adult perspective. No, we start right where they're at, and they have games, they have food every week. So they come in very, very excited.
Wonderful, wonderful. So how do you balance, Pastor? I know you do so many things. First of all, I know I catch you. Is it Sunday mornings you have the television ministry? Tell us about more about that.
Well, my television is every morning. Actually, it comes on 5:30 on WRAL and I want to say something 50. I can't remember the other ones that's come on because one of them come on the weekend and one comes through the weekday.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that's been going on. Wow, good 15, maybe 20 years. Yes.
Yes.
So that, I always ask people, how you hear about Raleigh North? Okay. And, with social media now, you got, they say the new group is TikTok, but the old school, it's my TV program. And
Okay.
some people come in and say, I've been watching 5 years, never been there. And then they come into the building and they, say, okay, this makes sense.
Feels
So,
like home.
yeah,
Yeah.
TV program has done us very well. Yes.
Well, fantastic. So, how do you how do you balance? You're a pastor. You're a husband. You're a dad. Now you're a granddad. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on. Community leader. How do you balance all of this, and and just continue to do the work of God and grow?
Well, I'm a very disciplined man, and I'm very methodical. So I do the same thing every day, same pattern every day, which now compartmentalize my thinking. So I know what I'm gonna do in the morning. I know what I'm gonna give that attention to. I know what I'm gonna do around noontime. I know what I'm doing in the afternoon. When I get off, I disconnect all of that, okay, so that my wife and I can have our time together. I've been doing this so long, I was in the military as a married man, so I knew how to separate certain things. Over
Right.
the years, it has gotten a whole lot easier though, because I got a whole lot of help now
Hmm.
that people can handle their own responsibilities. And And I like to say, I just want to preach and teach and minister. That's what I want to do where I'm at. And that's what I'm basically doing now. Everybody else doing their thing.
Now, you have your children, as you mentioned them, your family, they're alongside you ministering as well. How important is that? And now you have a new role of granddad. I see that grandbaby because I have a new one too. So I'm always on there with First Lady Sandy saying, "How's the baby?" Because I have mine too. So it's truly joyful.
Well, I got three grandbabiys.
So you have three?
I have three. So the newest one just came along a year and a half ago. So I have a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old grandchildren. And so the little one came in and just stole our hearts. His name's Josiah. And so, he's a little different cut. And so I am really experiencing, I would say, Melissa, a grandfather at his highest level with this younger one. Because my
Okay.
time is allocated towards him.
I can definitely see the love that he has for his grandpa. I don't know what he calls you, but I'm following
You
First
don't
Lady
know.
Sandy, and I'm like, he loves his grandpa.
Yeah. Yes. Since I saw him born, and he was a preemie, and so he was so tiny. So I have been with him since that point, and so now it's just almost like we just stuck together, And he want to do everything I do, not
Yes, yes,
understanding he can't.
he does. He
Yeah, he can do
tries.
everything. Everything. Yes. So
Yes,
he's my joy. He really is.
I love it. I love it. I love family. And I think that is truly a strength with you and the ministry, you and Lady Sandy and your family. It is such a strong knit, and it is truly an example for those of us who are looking at you guys, watching you guys, that we can follow. And that is just so
Yeah.
important in leadership at this time in the church.
Well, it's I like what I do. It's not like I have to get up and make myself come. I love what I do, and it shows because I'm not just trying to be a spiritual leader. I'm trying to be, a dad, a father, a
Mhm.
mentor. I want to be, as much as I can to people. So I'm down to earth, and that's what I like to project. A normal, balanced lifestyle, not just a Christian lifestyle. And
Yeah.
and and the people see that, and so I'm always approached with people. They don't, come to me with, white gloves on, or they can't touch me, talk to me. No, I just want to put it out there. I'm just like you, and we help
Yeah.
each other, we pray for each other, and we play together. And so that's
Absolutely.
how I kind of view my ministry in that way.
Yeah, it's very much so. We all view it that way, and I think that is the love that your congregation and everyone that meets you have for you and your family. So, tell us a little bit about what's going on there at Raleigh North. What's coming up? Any events that you guys have going on?
Well, for most people, maybe you don't, but we're building again. And so
I
we're building
heard.
a church, and we have outgrown this building maybe 5 years ago. So we're building a new facility. We expect to be in that facility around August of next year. So that's a blessing. We just go out into the community. We have adopted, a school, Wilborn Elementary School. We adopted them. We give the teachers, I didn't really know this, but sometimes the teacher had to come out of their pocket to
Mhm.
facilitate their classroom. So we said we're going to handle all that. So we gave the whole student body, and excuse me, the whole teacher body money. Go ahead and buy what you need, and we're going to take care of that bill. So that's been great.
That's
We feed the students, we feed the teachers. Yeah, we do a lot. And, we just had a great event on Easter where we rented out Raleigh Memorial Auditorium,
mhm.
and that was fantastic. And so we had to turn away 40 families.
Wow.
So it was 2,600 people we packed in that place, and still had to turn away. And that's why our building project is so important, because we just need to
Yeah.
go, because we're going to build a school in that as well. So we doing a whole lot of stuff, selling this building we in right now, annexing property over there. So it's a lot going on in this church. We got 47 ministries that we facilitate here. And so there's something going on every day at
Oh,
Raleigh
amen.
Christian Center. Yes.
Amen to that. Well, you are, it starts from the head. And so, with that, I believe every member that's hanging out with us right now and every member of Raleigh North Christian Center says amen to that. So, with that, we're going to send this to you. You're your second one. And hey, may God bless you with many more. Can't pay you for what you do, for what you started, for just completing your vision and being obedient to God. But this is just our way, as well as Raleigh North's way of saying, we love you, Pastor. We recognize you, and we thank you for leading the way that God would in spirit and in truth and all that you do. So we're going to send you this as our May Pastor of the Month with your name on it. And it's just our way of saying thank you. Thank you for all that you do. We love you over here on the other side of Raleigh, and everyone else that's listening. Y'all keep doing what you're doing. You do it great. You look great doing it. So may God just continue to strengthen you and pour into you everything that you need. And as we wrap up here, let everyone know your address, what time you have services, maybe even Bible study, and how we can follow you on social media.
Well, we are on 6021 Lewisburg Road. That's where we located. We have two services on Sunday morning, 8:30 and at 11. And I would say get here early because they fill up real quick. We have Wednesday night Bible study every Wednesday at 7 p.m. You can catch us on every social media outlet out there. You can look me up, my name, or you can just go to RNCC, and just that's going to pull up Raleigh North Christian Center. So we are ecstatic that we serve the community in which we live. And I just want to say thank you, Melissa, for 103.9, the light, for being the host, and even considering. I didn't even know I was up for voting when they told me. I didn't know.
Some inside people that's members of yours, and I was like, "Look, I can't get past it. Can y'all help me?" They're like, "They on vacation." I'm like, "Oh,
yes, I was gone. I didn't know." So I am elated that I am voted, Pastor of the Month. I love my people. Thank you all so much for voting for me. And there's other pastors out there doing a great job in this city, and y'all are doing a wonderful job by highlighting the clergy. So thank you so much for doing
we
that.
love it. We thank God for all that you do. Again, we are here hanging out with our May Pastor of the Month, Dr. Jeffery Chapman, Senior, Raleigh North Christian Center. And we just thank you for all that you do, for your obedience and coming out and hanging out with me for a little bit. Please give my love to First Lady Sandy. That is my girl. I love her so much.
I sure will. And she probably be calling you.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, everyone. Until next time, keep listening. I believe this week is the time for you to nominate your pastor to be our June Pastor of the Month. So go to thelightnc.com, upload a picture, tell us in 100 words or less why your pastor should be recognized. And until next time, we'll see you then. We love you. Grace and peace. Love you too, Pastor Chapman.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Have a good day.
You too.
All right, now.